Now, 1 week to the commencement of this year's Ramadan fast, the Muslim faithful have been asked to leverage on the principles of diversity as enshrined in Islamic faith. The Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Muhammadu Sa'ad Abubakar, says understanding diversity is highly essential for survival in the modern world. He was speaking at the 2019 pre-Ramadan lecture organized by the University of Lagos Muslim alumni with the theme Managing Diversity with the Muslims.
Muslim faithful from within and outside Lagos gather inside the main auditorium of the University of Lagos for the 25th edition of the annual pre-Ramadan lecture organized by the university's Muslim alumni with the theme Managing Diversity with the Muslims. In his opening remarks, the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Oluwatoyin Ogundipe, stresses the importance of tolerance and peace building.
We are supposed to compete globally, not within ourselves. Now bringing Muslim religion into it, it is all about peace. It is all about unity. It is not all about loving one another so that we can move the country forward. So that every one of us that we are thinking about making heaven, when we stand before our Creator at the end of the day, we'll be able to bow before our Creator, and our Creator will tell us that we have run a good race. We can now enter into His kingdom.
The governor of Osun State, who is the chairman of the event, explains what diversity is all about.
Allah created multitude where each individual creature or phenomenon is unique in and of itself. It is this same diversity we mean when we say Nigeria is a multi-ethnic nation. The earth is populated by beautifully diverse areas, disciplines, and human endeavors.
Next to speak is the Sultan of Sokoto, and he reminds his audience that diversity is a key component of Islam, with justice, fairness, as well as equity as the planks on which it is built.
Allah the Most High made it very clear that He deliberately created nature to be diverse. And He said, He it is who spread the earth for you and made it in part for you, and sent down water from the sky, and then through it He brought forth many species of diverse plants. And His science is the creation of the heavens and the earth and the diversity of our tongues and colors. Indeed, there are signs in this for the wise.
Using the recurring issue of the herdsmen-farmers clashes as an example, the guest speaker, Professor Abdulrazak Alaro, believes appreciating that no man is an island is one way of resolving the challenge.
When we continue to pursue rights, it is not all the time that those rights will actually serve our real interests. This is an element that is missing in our society of today. We need an ADR mechanism that will be rooted in our faith or in our culture. That alternative way of finding solutions to our problems. May Allah bless us.
The takeaway from this lecture is that understanding the diversity and uniqueness of each segment of Nigeria is essential to the survival of all.
That's all from our Abuja studios. It's back to you, Amarachi in Lagos.
Lord Malpe. The EB5 immigration program has since its existence helped create thousands of jobs for U.S. workers, while foreign investors have also earned permanent U.S. green card and return on investment. Now, Atlantic American Partners, a 45-year-old investment bank and private equity fund manager, says it's bringing the opportunity to Nigeria to help families achieve their immigration and investment goals.
EB5 Investment.
The EB5 Investor Immigration Program is not new. Neither is it a lottery scheme.
It's not a lottery. It is an investment.
Now, Atlantic American Partners says it's adopting a diversified fund approach to the program, providing a safe path to permanent U.S. green cards.
If a person has the resources and wants to move to America, this is the program to do so. And the required investment is $500,000 US. That's fixed by the law. One of the big benefits of our program is this idea of when you invest with our fund and get a green card, within 14 to 18 months, you, your wife, and all of your children that are under 21, unmarried, can move to America.
Atlantic American Partners says its investors can keep an eye on their investment, earn real profit without delay on getting their invested capital back.
What makes our program unique is two things. One is we do it through a diversified trophy commercial real estate fund program. And what that means in simple terms is each investor becomes a partner in a group of 3 or 4 properties that are high quality hotels, apartments, student housing that are of high quality, and when we sell those properties, the limited partners share in the property equity increase or capital gains.
Since former U.S. President George H.W. Bush signed the EB5 Visa Job Creation Program into law in 1990, many investors have taken advantage of the program to invest in commercial projects in the U.S. while they achieve their immigration goals.
The card is approved and issued by the U.S. government.
Time to check in on the day's major business stories. Here's Melinda Akilnavi.
And thanks, Amarachi. Welcome to Business News. The 60-day National Action Plan 4.0, which aims to reduce business constraints of small and medium enterprises, has ended today. The Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, as well as the Presidential Enabling and Business Environment Council, told the Stock Exchange during a courtesy visit in Lagos today that the initiative, which commenced in phases since 2016, has achieved a 63% rating.
We want a partnership between the government and the private sector that will be reflected on our stock exchange. We want our businesses to do well, and that's really at the heart of the role of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, which is primarily to support you, our businesses, to prosper. Because when you prosper, Nigeria prospers. And when Nigeria prospers, we create employment for our people, and all kinds of good things follow from there.
The National Action Plan 4.0, the fourth that we've had since 2016, has finished today at 63%, even in an election year. And this is because we've been committed to working with ministries, departments, and agencies and state governments, particularly Lagos and Kano State, to making sure that we're all working in the same direction for the Nigerian economy. What we commit to on our part is to make sure that this election year is not a waste.
Company news now. Shareholders of foremost financial institution, Fidelity Bank, have approved the 2018 financial statement and its resolutions. The investors gave the approval at the annual general meeting of the bank as the board promises commitment to the execution of its 5-year strategic growth program.
The annual general meeting of Fidelity Bank tracks the calendar year with an impressive performance across key lines. The full-year results were impressive despite a marginal increase in net interest income to 69.6 billion naira, as net loans were up some 10.6% year-on-year, a development that paves way for shareholders' approval of the annual report.
I hereby call on the shareholder to move for receipt of the audited financial statement for the period ended December 31st, 2018, Fasasi move that motion. I hereby declare the resolution carried.
With a positive non-interest income that grew 9.2% year-on-year, as well as fees and commission income that rose by some 17.2%, Fidelity Bank gained some traction in its digital banking program.
Today, our fee income has risen so much, and our transactions today, 81.5% of all our transactions are now done through digital channels.
The bank executives have attributed the stellar performance of 2018 to their 5-year strategic banking model.
81.2% of our deposits are in low-cost type. So we're very pleased with the numbers that we've been able to deliver.
And in that 5-year plan, which we're in the second year now, it's about our journey to Tier 1. And it should take us from Tier 2 to Tier 1 status.
Other investors of the institution also share this view.
I think that it's very much on course. Like I said, it just needs to continue to do the good things that it's been doing in the last couple of years.
If we compare where we are coming from and where we are with this last performance, it's very commendable.
With the 2018 annual meeting done, Fidelity Bank will be remembered for paying a final dividend of 11 kobo, representing a dividend yield of 5.3%, with regulatory ratios well above benchmarks.
And talking about numbers, the stock market begins the new week bearish as the benchmark index fell 0.74% on sell-offs across the industrial goods and banking sector. Edi Deong has the details.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. Now, the market did not get off to a bright start today as bargain hunting by some major sectors dragged the all-share index down by 0.73%, while the equity capitalization stood at 11.094 trillion naira. Now, 3 of the major sectors we track closed in the red today, except insurance and consumer goods. Now, look at this. Industrial goods shed almost 3%, while banking and oil and gas were down 1.15% and 1.12% each. A paltry 290.18 million shares worth 2.16 billion naira changed hands in over 4,000 transactions. Interestingly, Japan Oil maintained its position on the list of top trades for the day. Well, that's a summary of trading activities at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. I'm Edi Deong Iwang. Back to you, Melinda.
As business news tonight is back to you, Amarachi.